Video Attack is here again. I'm Woody.
And I'm Gelson.
And today we are talking about Ether 1. This is an adventure game. Presumably this is the first part. I think this is going to be an episodic adventure. And this is a very traditional adventure game, really. You play as a sort of unnamed technician working for a large company in the future that does this kind of memory alteration procedure, sort of like as a psychological therapy treatment.
All your, Inception.
Yeah, which involves going into the minds and memories of your client to address the major events in their life that
traumas,
the major traumas.
Yeah.
And if what I'm thinking is correct about this, and I did not finish this chapter all the way or anything, it looks like maybe each chapter is going to be one different, memory location kind of a thing.
Yeah. It's definitely high concept stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty cool. And I think this, in particular, this works really good in a video game, exploring the subconscious, There's also a really amazing part of Final Fantasy VII, to bring it back, but where you're exploring the subconscious of the main character, and, it's really cool. It's a cool idea.
And Psychonauts, a whole game based around that.
Yeah, Psychonauts, yeah.
Great one.
Which actually I just was playing, so that's a really interesting connection.
But, and I could totally be wrong about this being episodic. This could be a super long game, and I'm just not aware of it.
Sure. Well,
but I feel
Ether
like it's...
1.
Yeah, but Ether 1, it makes me think it's episodic, so I'm sorry if I'm completely wrong about that. I will know by the time this video goes up, because I'll have to look it up.
Doing due diligence.
Yeah, making my excuses right now. So, in any case, this is, like I said, this is a really traditional adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be no combat, or not even any other people in this game. It's just you and your little voice in your earphone that's telling you what's up.
When I started to play it, you just were missed.
Yeah,
it was just
it's very missed.
Boom. You know
missed.
what you're getting.
Sort of this melancholy environment. That's the first one. It's a mine.
Yeah.
And you find stuff. You find a lot of notes that talk about the universe that you're in, and what's going on with the mine. There's problems with safety standards, and there was an accident. Something happened in the mine.
Yeah.
And then you got to find a way to get into the mine, which involves all these lever puzzles. You have to find keys. Kind of a neat thing is that you have a little mind chamber that you can access and store items in.
Yeah.
You can only hold one item at a time. And you have this mind chamber, though, where you can go and just store all of your extra stuff.
Yeah, because there's
you can
tons
store
of
everything.
stuff. Yeah.
You were playing and you became a pack rat. You
Yeah,
were stealing jars and magnifying glasses and binoculars. Really anything.
Yeah, you can pick up a lot of stuff, and quickly you kind of realize maybe not all this is important to store, But I just automatically went into my kind of RPG collecting thing. I need to have everything in my little library.
Which, while your sort of menu inventory thing is cool as an idea, what I don't like about it is there's not really any practical reason you can only carry one item.
Yeah, that seems a little
that's not a technical limitation that needs to happen.
Yeah.
And the only thing that is really solved by carrying one item is, story-wise, you have to go and access all this stuff. And it just means more time and more menus, and it's some fat that could be trimmed.
Yeah, it's needlessly obtuse.
Yeah, I like the visuals of it, and I like the idea of, storing little memories in your memory bank kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But I think you get the same effect if you just had your inventory sitting on a shelf like that when you hit start.
Yeah, for sure. There shouldn't be, because, you have to, press, the button, go into the world, walk over to the shelf, pick up the new... If you need your magnifying glass, then you would have to pick that up, then flash back out to the world.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Instead, I would just rather pick the magnifying glass.
Just sort of... And it's a very slow, methodical game already. So that's just, yet another thing that sort of slows you down.
And slow and methodical is kind of a good way to describe this, because I played this game for about 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I didn't really get through a lot, and... it's a neat idea, but just nothing's grabbing me yet in that time.
Sure.
And I'm at the kind of tipping point where I don't know if I want to keep playing or not.
Yeah, just a little too, ethereal, you can't really hold on to anything.
A little too slow, it's kind of I don't mean to be I need action immediately.
Sure. Or
anything, but it's kind of I sort of want something to happen.
Yeah.
And nothing's real happened yet.
It doesn't have to be action, but maybe just more...
more like a storyline thing, figure out what the event I'm here for is.
Yeah, all the stuff that I was reading and trying to... Because, it's a game that's where you're okay, this is a game where I do need to read. The reading is not, ancillary. It's that's actually part of what
it is the story.
Yeah, it's the experience. It's very experiential, and so you need to read those notes and see what's happening in the universe. And like after getting through all that, I was just sort of like, well, I didn't have anything that was really, really exciting, you know, or making me like, I want to know what's happening. You know, it's more just it felt very. And it's, like, interesting that a game would do this, but just sort of very, like,
you're
normal.
not delving into somebody's memories who is, like, space captain or something. You're delving into, like, there was a mine accident or something. It's all very low-key, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, it hasn't pulled me in.
Yeah.
And I might go back and try to do it more, and, but...
It's a mood piece, and I think games like this are very much, like, specific people would love it.
Yeah, I can see this being really relaxing if I was in the right mood.
Yeah, definitely.
But
You're sort of, like,
I guess I'm not right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's not like it's not saying that it's not recommended, but it's more just like you should be.
And I would say I consider myself like a fan of adventure games too. I love Myst, I love King's Quest.
Yeah.
And like I said, just not quite there yet.